Hi everybody, Catfish Jones here for a little bit of car talk with Catfish. This Catfish, it's a regularly unscheduled program here on the Catfish Jones channel. Today, more than having any specific topic, I just wanted to do some car talking. I know I had talked earlier this week kind of about branding and content saturation. In fact, spoke a little bit to the importance of continuing regular content on my Wednesday and Sunday videos, and then followed that up with a completely empty Wednesday. Funny thing, this whole life of ours. Wednesday, I certainly was not feeling completely over the weather. I don't want to say I was under the weather, but I don't think I was completely over it. I did go to work, I did power through it. I don't think it was anything contagious. Well, don't even think it was a bug or anything like that, just one of those kind of days. But here we are, it's a Thursday for me, I think it's a Thursday for you, doing a bit of car talk as I navigate this crazy, crazy road. In fact, this crazy road was a little crazy this week. Was it yesterday? I think it might have been Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. There was a fairly major accident on the highway over here. I don't think there were any fatalities, but it was an interesting accident in that it involved one of the propeller blades for the very large modern windmills that they make those windmill farms out of. You know, they truck those around the country piece by piece by piece, and a trailer might be carrying one blade or the hub or the little, gear box on top or one of the sections of the pedestal that it stands on. This truck was hauling one of those really long blades, and because it's such an oversized load, they have to have a team of pilot cars, both in front and behind them, kind of a whole support crew as they're going. And this incident happened at a section of highway that was notoriously difficult for those type of situations. This truck was eastbound and then having to go north. And if you watch any of my car talks, you'll notice that I have to do a bit of a roundabout every time, so I go, that's me pointing west and needing to go south. I have to get on the roundabout, turn right, and do a full, well, it's not a 360, but it's 3/4 at 720. No, that's 7 times around. I have to do a whole bunch of loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. And these guys have a hard time with that, so they get out there and their front pilot car tries to stop traffic, or at least slow traffic down. It's got big flashing lights, big visible, hard to miss it, big oversized load sign, and then obviously the incoming. Anyway, this guy was trying to turn. A guy, could have been a lady, certainly could have been a lady driver. This person was ready to turn, their pilot car was up there, and then along comes this truck that did not slow or stop. Did make contact with the pilot car, but worse than that, the pilot car sits on top of an overpass, where you drive under the overpass, as I am now, and then you go on this big old loop-de-loop before you're pointing the right direction. So where this pilot car was sitting, just at the top of the turn into the straightaway before the overpass. And so what happened was the semi-truck made contact with the pilot car and then turned right into the wall. I'm sure deflected or ricocheted, whatever you want to say, into the wall of the bridge of the overpass, and that wall did not stop the truck. The truck kept going, ripped off its axle. The truck and the trailer then fell in between the two sections of road, blocking both directions of the highway underneath. The road that was blocked was I-70 east and west. And if you happened to be trying to get through at that point, you were then diverted 3 miles south and then another 3 miles back north to just continue on your road. When I went to lunch that day, everything was fine. I took that specific spot and didn't have any trouble. But when I came back from lunch, everything had happened. I was able to make my turn because it was not affected by that, but I had to go out of town later that night and did have to take all kinds of funky back roads and dirt roads and the fun part of living rural. The other interesting part is that specific interchange, which is specifically I-70 and Interstate 135, where they interchange. There is a constant live stream, and so a lot of people, a lot of the news channels were able to get great footage of this semi-truck and trailer blocking both lanes of traffic in between this overpass bridge. It was just a mess. It's still a mess, and I just wish the best for everybody involved. I hope nobody was injured, or if they weren't, I hope it was merely superficial. But also a testament to how important it is to keep your eyes on the road, keep aware of what you're doing. As I like to say, aviate, navigate, communicate. Make sure you're driving first. It's number one. Make sure your vehicle is going okay and not breaking down. Number two, make sure you know where you're going and that there's no obstacles in your road so you can get there. And then number three, you can then communicate, whether you're communicating to somebody that you're on your way or you're communicating to the back seat to quit hitting your sister or I'll turn this car around. Yes, indeed. That's the bit of excitement that I had the other day. Fun to share, especially with those of you who do regularly watch the Car Talk with Catfish and see me do that loop-de-loop. Heck, I think I even did a loop-de-loop video where I went on all of the roundabouts. It's kind of like a clover leaf. Went through all of them multiple times with a funny little carousel kind of song. Maybe I'll dig that up and link it in the description. We'll see. I often say that in a Car Talk, and by the time I get home and get it uploaded and published, and then on with my night, I tend to forget a little bit. Anyway, this has been my Thursday. Still feeling a little not perfect, not completely over the weather. Thursday is usually band practice night for me, and I will likely bow out of that situation and pick it up again on Sunday, regular schedule band practice time. And hopefully I can recuperate and have the rest of the week much better. Yeah, while I'm linking that, maybe I'll find one or two of the articles of this interesting accident. Maybe I'll try to find that live stream footage that might actually show the incident. I haven't seen the actual live stream footage of the incident. I'm not sure if it was a live stream that lets you replay or if it only shows live. By the time I discovered that there was in fact a live stream of the whole happening, it was hours after the incident when they were trying to get a crane somehow in there to be able to pick the truck up to be able to even get it removed from the highway. Like I say, that was about 1 PM, give or take. And still by 5 or 6 at night, the highway was blocked off and traffic being diverted. So it was a big old mess, a very crazy thing. Certainly could have been a lot worse. And again, I don't know the status of anybody involved. I do understand that there was some injuries. I'm not sure how there couldn't be some injuries in that, but I did not see that anything was fatal. And once again shows that we just have to be careful and that we never know what might happen in front of us, what might pop into our road that we might have to swerve to get out of the way of. Both realistically and metaphorically. We don't know what tomorrow is going to hold. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow. And sometimes we metaphorically have to jump out of those things that jump in front of us. Sometimes jumping out of the way is just as destructive as running headlong into the trouble. So I'm just now spinning on metaphors, and that's never a good way to ramble. So I'm gonna disconnect from that train of thought. As you can tell by my turn count, I'm certainly closer to home and kind of just blabbering so I can get parked and wrap this up. But it's been a little bit since I did car talk with Catfish. I'd like to think that I didn't say anything crazy or have anything that needs to be amended or edited. I don't like to do edited car talks. I like to just take the raw file and upload it straight to YouTube, and if everything goes well, have it published by 6 p.m. Central Time, Kansas Time, Central Kansas Time. Heck, all the things. Friends, I'm glad you joined me on this one, and I will look for you again very soon. Car has stopped. Catfish has unbuckled. Be well, and until I see you again, cheers.